My head's tight.
All right, so today we're going to learn about being more fluent readers and how poems found in books or music can help. So, do you enjoy reading poetry?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah? Like what books?
I like that Light in the Attic book and Where the Sidewalk Ends. Those are good ones.
Those are good ones.
Some of them I just don't get, and I don't see like if they're funny or not, and I don't just don't get them.
That's true. Sometimes
there's
they're
a
tough.
good one about this kid. It says, Grandma brought the hammock. The good Lord sent the breeze. I'm here to do the swinging, but who's gonna move the trees? Which is, I get it, but there's another one about there are just some that I don't get, and I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
So some are good, some are funny. We get them right away, and others are kind of.
Yeah, there's another one that says, the pet store, the pet owner, I don't know, the pet store manager said it was a genuine anteater. But I guess it was an anteater because now my uncle's mad or something like that. And all it shows is an anteater and a pair of high heels.
So the picture gave you a clue?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what about when we listen to music? What about like some of your favorite songs that you hear on the radio? Do you think of poetry when you're listening to the radio?
Not a whole lot. I feel poems to be short. You could fit on a page or half a page.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are just that much.
Short
There
poems.
is one actually in that book that's a whole page.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, but really one is a whole page.
Yeah.
Some of them just have one tiny picture right here and then the words right here. Another one may take up 2 pages worth of illustrations and then the poem right here or something like that.
True. So where do you think the words from some of your favorite songs come from? When the artist is putting this music together, where are the words coming from? I mean, what do you think?
I don't really maybe a story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They are like stories, right? I mean, but that's like poetry with music. That's poetry with music. It's verses. It's usually got some rhyming in it, right? Some rhythm. It goes to the beat, Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to read a poem that is one of a series that when they're all put together, they make up something called the Carnival of the Animals. Have you heard of it before?
I read it in homeschool. When you and Dad were the music teachers.
All right, so it is also a classical piece of music, right?
Yeah, I think a really funny one is where the cat is looking into the aquarium and the fish are swimming in a figure 8. So the cat's eyes just go straight through and they think that the cat can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
It's the eyes and then they're swimming like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cat can't see them. It's just so funny.
So there's a bunch of different poems, right? And they're or movements, and each poem is about a different
thing or animal or character or something.
Yeah, so the one I want to look at today specifically, though, is called The Swan, okay?
Oh, no.
I'll read it first. And while I'm reading, I just want you to listen and think of what this poem is about, like a main idea, a theme.
Couldn't have been the fish one. The cat and the fish.
All right, this one. The stately and beguiling swan glides slowly on the lake, with little but a ripple in her evanescent wake. Although she has no song to sing, no words that she can say, she's perfectly exquisite in her aqueous ballet. The swan is grand and glorious. She's poised at every turn, epitomizing elegance no other bird can learn. Though some may say she's just a swan and fairly commonplace, she's positively non-parallel at demonstrating grace. What'd you think? Did you like it?
A lot of big fancy words.
Big fancy words like what?
Beguiling, evanescent, exquisite, acquiesce, glorious. What's a
Epitomizing?
epitomizing an elegance,
Mm-hmm.
positively and demonstrating, non-parallel to.
Okay, so let's start with beguiling.
Big fancy words.
There are a lot of big fancy words.
Too many big fancy words.
So beguiling means charming or enchanting, okay? And you said evanescent.
Mm-hmm.
That means like quickly passing out of sight or memory. So like quickly fading or disappearing. What was another one you said? Exquisite. Did you say exquisite?
Yeah.
That means extremely beautiful or delicate. Let's see. What's another one you said? In her acquiesce ballet, what do you think that one could mean?
Ba, 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 ba.
Get you on video. What do you think that one might mean?
Fancy. Because all these words basically mean fancy to me.
Mm-hmm. What does it look like? Are there any clues? Like AQU acquiesce ballet. Where is she? Even in our picture, where is she?
A pond.
She's in a pond. Yeah. She's in the water.
Aquatic ballet.
Aquatic ballet. Boom, boom, boom. You got it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. So, watery ballet, right?
Yeah, because, like, at first I was like, aquatic.
Yeah.
And aquatic means water.
Okay, and then you said she's poised. What's poised mean?
I said poised.
Or did you say epitomizing?
We'll go with poised, too.
What does poised mean?
I have no clue. If I were to turn that, my guess would be poison or something.
Not poison. It means having a graceful and elegant bearing. Would you consider this swan looking very graceful and elegant?
Too
Very.
much.
Like ballerinas in general are very graceful, right? Okay, and then you said epitomizing. What's epitomizing?
I have no clue.
No clue. That means like a perfect example of. So it says epitomizing elegance. So the perfect example of elegance. Okay.
Okay.
What was it? What did you have in a last one in here?
Okay, no, I had like two more. Okay, positively.
Parallel.
No, I know what non-parallel means. Parallel is when two things are the exact same. She's non-parallel, so that's going to make it a little bit different.
Having no match or equal, being unrivaled. She's positively unmatched. She's positively unique, unrivaled at demonstrating.
Which means, it means like show. It means like
Demonstrating.
yeah, demonstrating means to like.
Yeah, to show. Yeah, you're exactly right. Goodness. Are you okay?
Yeah, showing grace.
So what do you think? What's like the main idea or the theme? What's the poem about?
swan, fancy, water.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fancy, bird ballet. Fancy, water, bird ballet.
Yeah. Good job.
I broke it down into 4 different things. It has fancy, water, bird, and ballet. So, fancy, water, bird, ballet.
Good job. Well, hold on just a second. I just lost my paper.
I need some more medicine.
Stop. Okay. So, if you were to fill in the blanks on this sheet about this poem, how would you fill them in? The poem blank by blank. So the poem,
The swan.
you don't have to fill it in.
I like to. Oh,
You can use that clipboard right there.
okay, the poem. The swan. It doesn't show by who?
Camille. You can just write the first name, Camille.
Camille describes Fancy Bird Ballet.
Yeah, and then it says, what is the poem mostly about? You betcha. You can write that down. Bird ballet, swan ballet.
Okay, by Camille describes fancy swan wait nope fancy no, I lost it.
Fancy swan ballet.
I don't even know why I erased that anymore. I don't know why it has a T in ballet.
It's like a silent T, isn't it? Ballet.
It annoys me and I don't like it.
It is kind of, it seems unusual, doesn't it?
What is the poem mostly about? Yeah. Fancy swan ballet. By writing the poem, the author... I don't get that.
It's saying by writing the poem, the author, Camille, wants readers
to hear the message that
and then the theme of the poem.
the theme of the poem, Fancy Bird Ballet.
Yeah, bird dancing, right? Swan dance. Swan ballet. Eight. Boo Boo Bear. Honey, can you come get Henry?
Yeah. They should probably call it ballet if it has a T anyway.
Okay. We're going to pause there. Don't worry about finishing that right now. We're going to listen to it so we can hear the rhythm with the music, okay? Okay, so we're just going to listen to this song and see with the music if this sounds, what this sounds like. We talked about some of these words were meaning graceful and evanescent and perfectly exquisite and grand and glorious. And we talked about ballet. So let's just see
Ballet.
what the music sounds like. Okay, this is Yo-Yo Ma. All right, we're gonna stop it right there. We just listened to about a minute of that, but that was just a YouTube recording of Yo-Yo Ma. And then this is the book that we're reading out of, The Carnival of the Animals. And this book does have a CD that comes with it. I just can't happen to find mine right now. So based on the music you were listening to, and I mean, even our illustration here and the words that we've already talked about, can you see that? Do you think those go together?
A little too much.
Like, if you closed your eyes, could you picture a swan, or could you picture
I kind of don't want to.
a ballet?
I kind of don't want to.
Oh, are you being silly?
No.
Can you picture a ballet though?
Yes.
Yeah. So ultimately, we don't always think of music as poetry, but when we read poetry, we read with a lot of feeling, and we read with rhythm, and we change the pitch of our voice, and there's usually rhyming that goes with that rhythm, but not always, right? So, but do you see how the rhythm and the rhyming and the music and the words, I mean, all that goes together and kind of puts a lot of feeling into poetry, right? Yeah. All right, so when we read poetry, that helps us be more fluent readers. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk more about, we'll learn more about we'll learn more about other things that help us to be fluent readers, but that's one way poetry can help us be more fluent readers.